What up, people? Doge just tried to make another push there. Let's do a quick recap about what happened today, shall we? Let's zoom out a little bit on Bitcoin. Let's zoom out a little bit on Doge. Zoom out a little bit on GameStop. GameStop gonna have to change the time, but it's fine. And we can zoom out a little bit on ETH. I could change the time frame on ETH to the 15s because I didn't chart it much lately. I don't even see the blocks as much. Where's the blocks at? We had this big candle on ETH the other day, drop down, wick down. Yeah, there we go. Our last green block on ETH was around 37.41. So we just got a def cross on Ethereum up here. Def cross is bearish, potential for a drop, if you don't know. How far did Doge come down from my red block range? Well, ultimately it came down over 6%, but from the red block to the bottom of the green block, first green block over 4.99%, second green block about 5.91%. Liquidations on that top side Doge, 17.3 cents. If we were to gap up and grab those liquidations, that would be over a 4% move to the top side. Well, let's measure Bitcoin. Did Bitcoin break that top from when we had the big short? No. Actually, from that area, it went down over 4.68%. Very good shorts on Bitcoin, and people, it looked like they rolled their profits into GameStop. Bitcoin came down, GameStop went up. GameStop went up over 20% from the green block I had earlier today. Was able to snipe the GameStop green block today for you guys. And didn't just snipe it, I posted it in the Discord as well. You check out this Discord charts channel, and you can see early this morning at 10:51 a.m. I posted green blocks for Doge and GameStop. This is what GameStop looked like then. This is what Doge looked like. And when we zoom into the charts, we see that they both appreciated, but GameStop outperformed Doge from that same green block range. Doge went up about 2.8%, GameStop over 20%. They are squeezing the shorts out of GameStop. We have faster settlement, which means faster squeeze. I hope you guys are locked in. If you didn't get GameStop at $11 or at the bottom of the $22 range, I hope that the next time it does a dip that you can appreciate it and hold it and not paper hand it. I had a friend that bought GameStop the other day, sold it after it went down $1, and then a few days later we're up above $80. So if you don't know how to trade, if you're not patient, don't trade it. If you're not prepared for this, don't touch GameStop. If you're not prepared for a 500% swing up, don't touch GameStop. If you're not prepared for the volatility, don't touch anything. Just go mow lawns, cut grass. You're not ready. For those that are ready, know that when GameStop squeezes up to 100, they're going to distract you by pumping Doge. How do you hedge it so that you don't get distracted? A, you're already in Doge early. We had a great opportunity at 15 cents the other day. A really beautiful opportunity at 15 cents the other day. Because if you look over here at that 15 cents range the other day, I mentioned that we had a V-shaped recovery for Doge on that drop down. When you zoom in there, we went as low as 15.19, but we had that nice V-shaped recovery. And we've already bounced above 17 cents multiple times from there. So how do you hedge it? You're in GameStop early, you're in DOGE early. So that when they pump it, you don't have to sell one for the other. Okay? And if you don't have enough money for both, try to do the one that you think will go up 500% first. And go from there. Understand that when you do stocks, you cannot do a wash sell. So I encourage you, be patient, and let's look over some levels, shall we? Let's dive in. Let's go to GameStop. Markets are closed. It's a good time to go in there for the GameStop. So we're going to open up this GameStop chart. We're going to open up the daily chart. This is what our daily chart looks like here for GameStop. Look at the RSI. It went from completely overbought up here, over 99.5 at $80 per share. RSI dropped by over 60% and then started recovering on the daily chart. So if you look on the daily chart, even your MACD, you're losing that bearish momentum a little bit too for GameStop. A, that's a good sign. B, let's go to the weekly. This weekly, I had the, I'm not sure if it's this GameStop chart or the other GameStop chart. Oh, I know what it is. I got to open up the GameStop chart that I have saved outside of the 4 charts. So I'm going to load that layout right now for you guys. And this is my GameStop weekly chart that I had saved as well. Let's go over here, close the window. My indicator for the green blocks for GameStop, it should have been like closer to like 40. So when we look at the weekly, we look at these RSI levels and the MACD. Here's the first thing we notice. We're still close to that overbought. Well, this happened last time we squeezed, but price cooled down drastically. So we had that price cool down drastically increase, so then we gained that bullish momentum again on the weekly. So we're still bullish on the weekly for GameStop up here. And the reason is the stock's still getting shorted by Wall Street. Let's just hide the drawings over here. So remember when the YouTuber Roaring Kitty found GameStop undervalued at $4 per share? Well, when he found it at $4 per share, it already pumped drastically from the lows. From the lows in 2020, it pumped over 340%. Well, the thesis that Roaring Kitty basically had was that the market cap of the stock was lower than all the assets the company owned. That's why GameStop pumped originally, and people were heavily shorting it, so we had big giant candles like this. We had weekly candles where we went over 400% in just 28 days. And ultimately, it squeezed up. It says 119 here, but if you go to YouTube and look at my old videos, you'll see over 300. Why is that? Because they had a stock split. And that stock split really changed the value, but it's still possible to squeeze. Let's just look back at an old clip. Let's look back at an old clip here, shall we? So this is an old clip before, and GameStop was over $332, above $333. And just in this day alone, the stock went up 123%. So when we do squeeze on the near the end of the squeeze, that's when you pump really hard at the end. And the stock already did a 4-to-1 split. So basically, you may think that we're not going to hit 300 again, because 300 would really be about valued at 1200 back then. But I believe if Robinhood did not commit market manipulation and turn off the buy button, we would have already hit 1200 before. And just measuring from the top of that pump, last pump, we're 46%. To go from current price, about $23 to all-time high, we still need another 400% from GameStop. But when we squeeze harder, we'll probably pass that all-time high for GameStop. Probably pass that all-time high for GameStop. And when we look at the MACD, it's very favorable compared to before. We have so much room to go. When you look at our pattern before from the squeeze, we had 3 very strong weeks of bullish momentum. It fell off for about 3 weeks and then came back up. And when you look at that, it's still room to squeeze, have a big drops, pumps again. So it's always going to be entertaining for the GameStop outcome when people are playing this. But predominantly the squeeze when last time happened was within about 21 days. That's when the big volume, big dollars came in, about 21 days time frame. This was very low so far, but from our area of the dip so far, $10 all the way up to $80, over $80. It was over 490%. And if you are in our Discord, we have a good chart channel, and we post charts about GameStop, or I do anyways. But I had this in my Discord the other day as well. I just wanted to remind you that we had the scalp entry zone. And this was for the people that missed it at $11. I try to get to remind them that it's not going to go all the way to the moon. It's going to come back down. And when it comes back down, that scalp entry $22 to $28. So this is our nut volatility range right now. I think this is why people are very comfortable buying options where they did. But we have the scalp entry zone already planned. If you look at up here, my chart prediction for GameStop was at $80 resistance, and then we're going to come back down to support that scalp entry zone, 22 to 28. Recover in that area, bounce up, hit resistance area again, have a little dip, and then start going up to 100 towards $300 per share. That's my thesis about it. And when we hit that $80, close to $80, I was even mapping it like it is very close to that $80 when it hitting. So it's very interesting. We have the volume increasing as well. Volume increasing doesn't just mean people buying, people selling as well on the way up. But man, wasn't GameStop pumping hard in the pre-market, $23 before. But I had the weekly green block indicator pop up for GameStop, and I mentioned that some as far as $10.50 if you're impatient. Well, it went down to like $9.90 for the absolute low before it started getting that news and traction before Roaring Kitty came back. So it's very good that we had the weekly green block at $11 before Roaring Kitty came back. I think that was a blessing. And that was back April 12th around lunchtime, and that we had that weekly green block. And then Aurora and Kitty came back after this. So not right after, but it gave retail time to load up on their GameStop before it pumped up to $80. Full disclosure, I'm holding GameStop. Full disclosure, I'm still holding GameStop right now. I had a green block earlier today. I was executing trades a little bit before the green block that I posted earlier today. So for that full disclosure, some of you guys might think I'm just talking about GameStop because I want it to pump so I can make more money on my bags, but I'm just a retail trader like you guys that's also like the stock and like the potential. And if you want to join the Discord, $50 fee right now to join the Discord. It's a one-time fee. Or you can pay 25 million tame tokens. That may be the cheaper route. I'm not sure. I have to do the math. Depending on when you bought your tame tokens. And NVIDIA is a tough one because they're going to do the stock split, Mike. But NVIDIA, I know that it's also going to dip at least 10 to 15% as well from current prices. I'm in Dogecoin longs as well. I actually, if you are in the Discord as well, make sure you're paying attention and share your entries. Because the other day, I mentioned that I threw 20,000 into a Bitcoin short, and that was at the entry price of 70,611. And if you look at show off your profits, I had some technical issues, so I closed my Bitcoin short. And I mentioned that I would resume trades after 6 o'clock in the morning. That was yesterday. I was only able to secure 3.2% out of, and that was a $20,000 trade. So it was only about $652 for that trade profit-wise. But I did have technical issues, so I did close the trade. And it's pretty cool looking at show off your profits, see other trades. This is a Doge long that I took profits on wheats. And I also tagged people a little bit after taking profits. I entered that Doge long at 16.34. I closed at 17.22. And I also had that nice, beautiful red block for you guys up there when I was closing that Doge long, where we came down over 5.6% before heading back up. And I am in another Doge long. I shared my entry in the Discord as well with this one. I had the internet stuff fixed about 12 o'clock. The stream went down a little bit last night, but I was able to get it back up. I entered that Doge long about 16.54. We're up a little bit, about 16.72 right now. I'm probably going to do a crypto camp for some of you guys out there on YouTube Discord. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about crypto or some crypto trading strategies, I'll just be developing that class. Most of the content will be provided to you for free. Make a nice little playlist for you, organize it. I may even make a Discord channel for some of you guys as well. But I think a crypto camp, maybe like a 2-week camp for you guys to learn a lot more trading strategies would be good. And that's going to be in the summertime. So might make it like a kid-friendly crypto camp as well for some of you guys have kids that want to learn a little bit more about trading strategies and stuff. Make like a custom playlist and everything. Have it published online. Maybe drop a video a day about a trading strategy and have something where they can do something along, whether it be writing it down on paper or doing some paper trades where they can follow along. And I know there's some people that message me on Discord for some one-on-one. But guys, I'll give you the number one piece of advice. Buy red, sell green. When it comes to Doge, buy red, sell green. If you don't know how to trade crypto, start with Doge. Doge will be your number one that you should start with. Buy red, sell green. It's very simple. Stop buying the big green candles and selling red.
But they're so pretty.
And green candles attracts people. But Nvidia is doing really well, especially after Elon Musk is working with them. They have that really big chip that's come out. As someone who appreciates video games, I hope they come out with better graphic cards in the 5090s. We're almost at the peak graphic level that we need for games. Our human eyeballs, we can't really see more than 8K resolution. Some people can't even see more than 1080p. So we're at the peak, 8K resolution, 240 frames per second. We can't really see past that, beyond that. So we're almost at the best graphics cards and processors that we need for these high-end video games, which is good. And if some of you guys want to play some games or something together sometimes, I do have the gaming computers hooked up as well. I played Baldur's Gate a little bit. Not really great at it, but played it a little bit. And I played New World. New World's got so many issues because of the developers for that game. They killed the player base for sure. Amazon is a game by Amazon, but their developers destroy the game. Literally, like over 50 updates, they will have major bugs that will break the game. So I'm still looking for that really good game that's coming out. I hope Pat's Die does pretty good. Ark developers destroyed Ark as well. Yeah, old school pixelated games look cool. And the good thing about that, with a little bit of artificial intelligence and stuff, almost anybody can create their own old school game. And you can build a cheap server to host that old school game. I used to host my own Ark server, but the game's really bad. They have a lot of glitches. Someone could be mining a rock on the game and it could lag everybody on the server. There's just basic things the devs did not fix that really destroyed Ark. I have a video from 7 years ago teaching people how to host their own Ark servers. You can still do like some of that stuff. You can also reduce your computer CPU if you're doing AFK. All kinds of stuff, but the game's so broken. Like, you can play it for a little bit, but when servers start lagging and stuff, you start rubber banding. And sometimes it'll lag for like 10 to 15 seconds. It just doesn't work. And even the new game's just like a reskin version. Ark is just a reskin version. And it uses even more computer resources. Servers are just as laggy and it's not good. Yeah, I do a private server sometime to mess around as well for like building. I didn't play Rust. And I never played Conan Exiles as well. Well, my Doge longs are in profits right now. Are you guys in profits on Doge long? Anybody in a Doge trade? Anybody waiting for that big 36? You guys want to see that big 36? I'll pop that open in Discord for you guys. If you're not on Discord, you did not have access to that chart. It's fine. I'll get up there. But we have so many charts in the Discord because everything changes. Everything changes. But there's still some things that are going to happen. It just takes time. So let me guide you into what's going to happen with Doge. It's a matter of time. Matter of time. Like some of these liquidation charts, they've already been fulfilled, but we have some things on one of my Doge charts that has not been fulfilled yet. Send Discord over here, and I'll grab that for you guys. Hopefully I can find it. Here we go. I'm at it right now. So this posted in my Discord, and I mentioned like big spot holders know that we can hit 34 cents weekly double top on Doge. There's 2 stops on the way. RSI completely overbought at 27 cents, and then the double bottom target at 28.7 cents. This could take weeks to play out, by the way, but fundamentals will drive us there. S.com tip chart and Doge wallet. Elon taking Doge for Tesla. So we were only at 15.35 when I posted this chart, and it's almost like a bull flag was forming here on the weekly. But I do have weekly targets above 34 cents and weekly targets above 26 cents. And these are some good targets. Take a screenshot, because you will want to see. And if you've been following me in the Discord or TradingView, I did a thing on here as well a while back. It's like a trade idea. And let me remind you about this trade idea that I did before for Doge. Well, this trade idea, the price was only at 6.29 cents. I bet you wish you could go back in time and buy your Doge at this price. But I did mention that Doge could break out to at least 21.45 on the weekly time frame. And this was in September 15, 2023. Cool thing about this trade idea, you can hit play button and see what happens. So let's hit the play button and see what happened on Doge after I made this trade idea for you guys. And a lot of people saw this idea. I got one rocket though. One rocket out of all the people that saw it. But let's hit play. Okay. So that was almost like the absolute bottom right there. That's 6.92. Because within a month, we're already above 8 cents. And within 2 months, we're already above 10 cents. Play it through a little bit more. Okay, we dipped back down to 7.7. So we still never made that lower low from that 6.9 that I had this idea. And boom, there we go. By March 30th, 2024, we are above that 21.45 cents resistance. Okay, cool. And then that's when we started coming down. Here's where we are now. So if you could go back, you would have got your Doge under that 7 cents at the beginning of this trade idea. And this was publicly posted as well. This was publicly posted. You guys want a link to this trade idea? I'll throw it in the chat for you guys. Perfect for you guys. So here we are now, at a very good price. And I'm telling you now, also, same guy, same place. We're going to go above. We're going to go above 36. We'll make it there. It's a matter of time. But we are going to make it there. Anyways, let's go back to our fine charts over here. It's good watching history in the making. Watching the price move in the making. And if you want to get in on the action, if you want to trade Doge, if you don't have a crypto exchange, I recommend WeExchange. Throw a link in the chat for you guys, but know that we will eventually go to 36. So how do you protect yourself if we're going to go there? A, don't over leverage. Don't over leverage and lose your money and your Doge before we go there. People did it under 7 cents miraculously. They over leverage under 7 cents when they could have just bought it on spot. If you have no self-control, stick to spot trading. If you like to sports gamble, stick to spots trading. Don't jump on futures. If you like to gamble, go to casinos. Stick to spot. Speak to a therapist if you like to gamble. But if you like to trade and make money, you got something special coming for you guys. So we're about to go through these liquidations. Looking at this chart here, these liquidations on the top side, pretty cool. So what I like to do, I like to put it on 1 second so we can see that live while we're doing it. And it's interesting to see where Doge is at while the markets are closed for GameStop. Because we know when the markets open tomorrow, the volatility is going to be there. I can't play the 1 second too long though. For some reason, TradingView makes the browser use up too much RAM. It'll go over 32 gigabit of RAM. Might be a little bit of a glitch there. But man. But I will say, 70K gain got smacked down again. The bears really shorted it hard. 70K has been a big resistance. Bears been making so much money in that range for Bitcoin. They have a very hard time. No matter what news comes out, they cannot break that 70K resistance. And then we get the Mt. Gox wallet moving Bitcoin, and boom, we have a $3,000 drop. It's very interesting times. I mean, Bitcoin at all-time highs. People may slow down buying it. There's other things that are going to do it 10 times before Bitcoin up here. Like, you think Bitcoin is going to go 680,000 before some of your other stuff goes up 10 times? Very doubtful. And the United States dollar held very well compared to other currencies in the world. So, oh boy, it is tough. And man, if you're trying to make it 10 times, would you guys go Bitcoin? Let's do a poll. I mean, if a lot of you guys are trading with under $1 billion, if you're trading with under $1 billion, you can get a lot of things that will 10 times in value before Bitcoin goes 10 times. You have to click the link. You have to type the www. HTTP. Okay, I'll fix it though. If you can't do that, I'll just do the Google form. It loads for me. I mean, it loads for me. I'll just give you the Google Doc though. So I'll put the link in the chat if you cannot get only scalps to work. Looks like we're getting a little bit of sell pressure for Bitcoin over here. Doge as well. But we still have liquidations on this top side that could worry some of the people that heavily shorted. What? Yeah, so most of you guys vote. You don't think Bitcoin will 10 times faster than some of the projects you're in. So we are touching this moving average for Doge. Our last candle touched it. If we can bounce from here, this would be a good sign. I'm already seeing some shorts closing right here on this moving average, or getting scared out of their positions right here. Bitcoin's a little bit different. Bitcoin's in that area where it touched the moving average and bounced off of it already. Doge is still very much close to that moving average on the short time frame. If we can break above that, we still have many liquidations above us. A lot of liquidations below us as well. Top side's lower than bottom side right here in liquidations, which more favorable would be. The best positions have been under this area for most traders. The problem is when price appreciates, it's hard to get back under that area. But I do think Doge is going to come up. I think within 24 hours, we're going to liquidate shorts back above 17 cents. Possibly within 48 hours, we'll break above 17.3 cents on liquidations. Elon Musk is planning on doing something for Doge with Ets.com, the Doge tip jar, Doge wallets. He's been getting money transmitter license, different states as well. So, looking at that, just waiting. Well, Irvin, it's very hard for Bitcoin to 10 times faster than a lot of cryptos here. That's where the dominance play comes in. Over time, Bitcoin loses dominance to other cryptos. Over time, other cryptos' market caps increase compared to Bitcoin by percentage. That's how people get those 10 times and 100 times returns. If you try to get a 100 times return on Bitcoin and you enter at 68,000, what are the odds of getting 100 times? You're telling me you're going to wait until Bitcoin goes to $6.8 million to get 100 times? Or are you going to go find that 100 times somewhere else, whether a legacy market or another crypto? Get into an IPO early? Work at a corporation early? Get shares early? Fund crypto projects early? Ooh. I don't know. I don't. Hmm. Hmm. There's Ethereum has a chance of 10 times more than Bitcoin. Doge Doge will more than likely 10 times before Bitcoin at these levels. Look at ETH. ETH has liquidations above $4,000. It's been a long time since we were above $4,000. Very long time. So, just looking at that. Ho, 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 ho. It's very funny. GameStop outperformed Doge lately as well. GameStop completely outperformed Doge. GameStop outperformed Bitcoin. But it also retraced very hard too. What do you think happens if a big firm comes in and buys a lot of GameStop? If they're trying to make their competitors go bankrupt? If they can come in and put $10-20 billion to make one of their competitors go bankrupt, oh. Or if GameStop does another share buyback like they did before. That would be wild. They could just do a share buyback, squeeze people out of their positions, and then sell shares. They make money that way. It's fucking wild. Never short GameStop, never short Doge. You will get wrecked. They can knock you out of your position. Mm-hmm. You guys want to see the liquidations on the top side for Big Daddy Bitcoin? You're curious. It goes all the way above $71,260. I guess I'll make a liquidation chart for you guys real quick. Yeah, let's do top of shorts liquidations for you guys. We do top of shorts for you guys. 40.15. That's a good one for ETH. Top of shorts for ETH up here as well. Very nice. Very nice. Top of these shorts. And these are some levels that some of you retail traders may want to consider. If your entry price and your liquidation price are within 20% to 40%, maybe even 50%, you have a pretty high chance of liquidation. So be careful. So in this Discord post, I did mention, I put this chart that you guys see on the YouTube, but I mentioned that we have room to come up and liquidate all these shorts. So take a screenshot. I'll give you a second to take a screenshot if you're not in the Discord. Yeah. And then we can go from there. All right, let's zoom it back in so we can watch these liquidations live. I think it's always interesting when we get into liquidations before 3 o'clock in the morning. So always a good time, especially when people are not busy. And by the way, if you guys want America to be rich, we need to start imprisoning all the criminals. Don't let yourself be a victim of a criminal. Carry a weapon. Carry a gun. We need to stop crime hard in America. If you want to become a rich country, stop the criminals. We will become wealthy beyond your wildest dreams. Speaking about guns, let me go over a stock that I like. SWBI is that stock ticker. It's called Smith & Wesson. We had a big pump on the weekly above $18 a while back. Now we're kind of forming this bull flag on the weekly. Well, from the green blocks around $9 until the top there, it went up about 109%. Why? Because states like mine in North Carolina, we pass laws where anybody, as long as you're not a felon, can get a handgun without a permit any longer. Before, you had to go through the police station or other means to get a permit for a handgun. Now, people like me, we can go in the store, can buy 100 handguns, no problem. I can go out, drive out the parking lot with 100 handguns, no problem. I can even get like the handguns that are this big, no problem. So, don't become a victim of a crime. It's better to be a defendant in court than dead on the street. Have a defense lawyer, have a firearm, make America safe again. let's go with that one. Make America safe again. Massa. And this stock ticker is SWBI. If you don't own a firearm, if you're uncomfortable with the idea of owning a firearm, think about the safety that it could provide you in case your home was robbed. And let me teach you something. You guys might not know this. There are crazy people out there. There are people out there that do not think rational. So if your defense is predicated on the thought that these guys are going to be rational, you will die. You will die. They will kill you. They're not rational. They're on drugs, or they have brain problems, or they just don't care. They think they can get away with the crime. So, you need to understand that these guys are not going to be rational, and you're going to need a firearm to defend yourself against a person that is either A, much stronger than you, or B, they outnumber you with a gang, or C, they have another firearm. So, get a firearm. Maybe start looking at Smith & Wesson stock. Start researching the Constitution, the laws, and hire a defense lawyer. Or at least join a membership group where you can get a defense lawyer that will defend you when you have to defend yourself. Have a dash cam in your car. This was very key. A dash cam in the car can help provide you with a lot of evidence if you're being robbed. If you're getting carjacked. And don't think just because you're in a good area, you're safe. Criminals love to go to areas where people think they're safe. They love to go to the wealthy, rich neighborhoods and take your stuff. It's happening in America. Getting worse. They've already destroyed their poor communities. Now they're branching out. Go down to Atlanta, Georgia. Count how many building windows are boarded up or smashed out. They're willing to drive up to a 500-mile radius to rob other people, so you got to be careful. If America is getting more dangerous, people are going to buy more guns, and gun slots are going to go up. Very simple math. Very simple math. I think it'd be pretty cool if Ets.com makes their own firearms. They already have not a flamethrower. If they can make a firearm, that would be pretty cool. Can you imagine an AI firearm that can help protect yourself? You don't even have to pull the trigger. Imagine if they could install these firearms on Teslas. Some people don't even use a firearm because of their religion. Well, you don't have to pull the trigger if your car can pull the trigger. Excalibur. That's a good one, BK. That's a really good idea for the name. That's a very cool. That's a very cool name, Excalibur. It's good to see DOGE is liquidating these shorts above us. Bitcoin's also heading up there to liquidate shorts. You guys better hope 70K gang can get some more cash to push us up there. Which one's easier 10 times right now, Bitcoin or Doge? It'd take over $1 trillion to 10 times Bitcoin. It'd take so much money to 10 times Bitcoin.
And what do you think GameStop's going to do?
I think GameStop's going to slowly squeeze up to $100 per share. I'm hoping that the corporation GameStop will issue another share buyback. That would be funny. They could liquidate a lot of people shorting the stock in there. If you look at the options and the Data. They're running out of shares for people to borrow for GameStop.
What do you think Doge is going to do? Is it going to come back down before it goes back up?
No, Doge is heading up for short term right now. I think. Are you already in Doge?
Well, I sold a couple of days ago and was going to buy back in when it dropped. It hadn't dropped. It started going up.
Okay. Did you sell above 17 cents?
16 something, 16. I can't remember 16 something.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we'll at least go try to retest that 17 cents tonight.
What do you think it's going to drop back down to so I could buy back in?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not betting on that. But if I do another buy, I will share my entry in Discord like I did the last entry. I'll tag everybody, so make sure you have notifications on. My last entry was at 12:07 a.m. this morning at 16.543. Current price is 16.73, so up a little bit. But you can have limit orders at bottom of these liquidations in case it bleeds down like 15.6 or even lower if like a well sells. Sometimes we could be pumping and a well sells, market sells, or makes a typo, sells too much, and we drop by 10 to 20%.
I got a bunch of buy-ins around 15.1, 15.4, stuff like that. Hey, what?
Yeah. Yeah. So another piece of another tip for you guys trading: don't just let your money sit there. Like, just in case of the worst happening, just set it into low buy limit orders. In case we have big drops down, your buy limits fill, great. If they don't fill, better than your cash just sitting there. What exchange are you using?
Robinhood and Webull.
Okay.
And Coinbase.
Well, Coinbase is expensive. You should use Wheats. Yeah.
That's yeah, I asked you about that before. I got them set up on it. I just hadn't deposited money in there, and I got scammed one time on, lost pretty good bit of money on one of those sites like that, and my money went missing. They closed it down.
What site?
Well, it's um, uh, supercrypto.le.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, it was like a year ago, and I've been scared ever since.
Okay.
But if you say it's a good one to get on,
well, you need to get on it. So I'll see you in the link, and I'll tell you why you need to get on it. They are coming out with their own crypto pretty soon, and if you're on there and you already have funds, you'll be early. You need to. It's called the WXT token, and they've been writing blog articles. It's on their website. This is all public data. And my plan is to get in early because if you're holding that coin, you can participate in airdrops and stuff. So basically, when people pay to get their tokens listed on their platform, people like you, that if you're holding a token and you vote with it, you could get commission. Not commission, but like airdrops.
How much of the token do you have to hold?
We don't know yet.
Where do you list the buys, or when you buy in the Discord? What department do you put it in?
It's called share your entries. I mean, other people can share their entries as well, but I usually tag everybody. Tametheark or Screenbot are the accounts I will use. Yeah, if you check these share your entries, Discord is mostly alphabetical. You just scroll down and you'll see it. Share your entries. And if I take profits, I'll post it and show off your profits. Other people can post in Discord over there as well. A lot of people show off their profits too. I see Chipotle did a SUI long a while back and earned $142. But Doge, so you should buy Doge right now at 16.71 if you are able to, unless you're on Coinbase. You're going to get wrecked by the fees. Like, they won't even sell you the Doge at this probably, depending on what method you're using to buy it on there. At least Robinhood, you can do that limit order. Definitely don't do the market orders, but I think if we break this resistance here, we are going to wick up and clear these liquidations above 17 cents. So that could be like one trade for your day if you want to get one trade in for the day where also winning. And if you get in here before we break this resistance, we have 3.75% on the upside. So I don't know if that 3.75% is worth it for you for the chance of being a bag holder for a few days. I mean, I would risk being a bag holder on Doge for a few days to earn 3%. Just my logic.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. But also on the Wii Exchange, you can just deposit Doge from Robinhood into your WX account.
What do you think a good buy-in is on GameStop?
So we're almost back. Like if you can get it like around $22 to $28 per share, and then immediately set your sell limit above $99, maybe anywhere from 100 to 300. Set your sell limit. Do limit order so you're in line. And don't do your order don't do it like 100 if you want to sell. Like do like 99.99 so you can front run everybody trying to sell at 100. If you're trying to get as close to 300, set it at like 299 so you front run everybody up there.
Okay. And just hold it, buy it, just hold it, huh?
Yeah, right now we're at 23. I did a green block earlier this morning, closer to 2150. And within a few hours, well, within like an hour, 45 minutes, we were already up over 20%. So it's very volatile.
It was a good buy-in right now where it's at.
I'm holding GameStop at this current price with the sell limit above $100 right now.
Okay.
It could go lower. It could drop to 16. We don't know how much they want to short it before the option that expires this Friday, but still, I'm comfortable with the downside. I think the lowest it could go is $7.77 if they really push it and market sell and do some illegal stuff. But the top side, over $100 per share. So at this moment in time in my brain, I know the upside is greater than the downside for GameStop. So even right now, if you're late at around $23, you're late, but you're still probably able to position an area to sell it at a higher price if you do those limit orders. But you're using Robinhood. I feel bad you're using Robinhood for that shit. They're the one that turned off the buy button on it before. I'm using Charles Schwab. I feel like I'll be able to sell my shares on Charles Schwab before you guys on Robinhood get to sell your shares. Same thing on TD Ameritrade before. Like when I was streaming and I had GameStop on TD Ameritrade before, I was able to take profit very easily above 300. At the same time, people on Discord that were using Robinhood complained they were not able to sell anything on Robinhood. So,
what about interactive brokers?
Yeah, people were able to sell them there as well. It's not in Robinhood's best interest for them to let people sell GameStop at a high price. Their clearinghouse is Citadel. Before, so. You want to use another exchange for that. If you're trying to get the most out of your stocks, because my shares are not automatically lent out either. You gotta on Robinhood they might lend your shares out. You might have to go in there, click a special bots to prevent them from lending out your shares.
So if they lend them out, then you can't sell them when you get ready to sell them.
They're going to lend it to the people shorting it, so the people that are shorting it don't get liquidated. They're buddies, and then it's going to be harder for the squeeze to happen. The more people that get educated about the stock market, the higher the squeeze can go.
What other crypto are you in besides Doge and BTC? Or what do you recommend? Selena, Ada, and Selena.
I'm not in Solana. I don't like it. They can turn off the blockchain with one button. Have you heard about ETH-W?
Yeah, I did have some of that. I think I got some of that in one of my wallets on crypto.com, I think.
It's up a lot from the bottoms. It's from the October bottoms. It's up currently over 200%. I'm in ETH-W, and I think these new chips by NVIDIA are actually very bullish for ETH-W as well. I'm in the Pulse Chain ecosystem, like Pulse Chain, Pulsettes. The Tame token that I made, I'm holding that. HETS on Ethereum as well. I have some METS token for METC. But when I got the METS token, like METS token was under 70 cents. Now today it's over $4. But when they did their token launch, for the first few weeks, it was under a penny. So people didn't want to buy it from them when it was very low. People waited to buy it until after it went up over 3,000% to start buying the METS token. That's why I'm telling you guys. Pay attention to wheats. Get on the wheat exchange. I already put my link in the chat. And when they launch their token, if the price drops hard or if it's cheap when it launches and you guys can get some, participate in the airdrops, it could be a passive hold for you guys. There's very rare opportunity for people to get in projects early. This is an exchange. We know exchanges make money from trading fees. Even if they have low trading fees, they're still making some. And they're making money from people listing tokens. So it could be a good project.
You still do copy trade?
Yeah, I'm doing copy trade on the Fair Desk. I've been doing the copy trade lately too. Actually, some of those trades that I shared were on the copy trade. I started the copy trade with 5,000, and I have the target of 100,000. I'll pull up the copy trade on the YouTube as well real quick to show those guys.
What's your percentage?
Yeah, I'll pull it up if you want to check out the YouTube. So, on the copy trade over the last 7 days, cause I don't know, they just reset the calendar, 7 days. I'll throw the copy trade link in the chat as well. Make sure you do your settings right. Some people lose money, they do the wrong settings. Don't adjust your margin or leverage to, like, don't do 25 times leverage. That means every time I do 2 times, you're doing 25. You're going to get wrecked. It says in the last 7 days, I earned about $1,000 P&L. Return on investment was about 0.88%. 7-day copier. So I think the 7 days just started. And I've been trading on here for about 92 days, so I'll do 90 days. And this 90 days ROI is not right. It says 282%. But overall, like in the past 90 days, I earned about 51,500. The copier earned about 11,500. My win rate is about 90%. In the past 90 days, I won 90 trades. I lost 10 trades. My average hold time was about 1 day, 20 hours. And last 30 days, like, this is wrong as well, this ROI. But it's just the way they add it. They, like, last 30 days. But starting from 5,000, and I've earned over 60,000. It just doesn't have that data, and they don't have lifetime data as well, which is weird. I wish they had like lifetime data. But you can click positions, and you can look at my historical trades as well, and you can see my last trades. Like my last trade that I lost $15. My last trade that I won, 689, 356, 24, 900, 631, 350, $4, 655, 719. So I'm just doing a lot of smaller gains. $100, 774, 22, 136, 248, $20, 27, 1,000, 100, 260, 2,200. Less than $1, $110, 570, 26, $4, 960, 372, 458, 430, $3. So these are like historical trades. You can go through and look at it. But I want to go back through, look at the charts over here, because Doge is breaking that resistance that I was trying to tell you guys about. Like we're right here touching that resistance. Probably going to break it, and you're going to see these liquidations on the top side. It's going to be beautiful. What up, YouTube? But I don't know if I like the copy trading too much. I feel like if I wasn't doing the copy trade, the 5K to 100K would have already happened. Currently I'm at like 71K. So I started with 5K, I'm at 71K right now, so it's pretty good. I'm up like 14 times what I started with, 1,400% since I started the copy trade. So for the account balance. So I only need about $29,000 more to get to that 100K target. But so far, to get from 5K to 70K, it took me 92 days. Which it's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. And the 100K is going to come soon, probably within the next 10 days. So I'll get that 29K, and it will take me about 10 more days to get that 29K to complete my challenge. And I did this with other accounts as well, so feels good. I started this challenge when Doge was under 9 cents though. So if you guys are starting a similar challenge, it might be more challenging. You might want to do something like 5K to 100K using GameStop, or like rolling GameStop options or something.
What was the name of that platform? Fair Desk.
Yeah, that's on Fair Desk.
Okay. And when I think I had it set up already because I heard you talking about it.
Did you use my link? If you use my link, you get VIP, so it's cheaper fees.
Okay. I don't think I did. I just went there and just
Okay.
set it. And what I do, just do a copy trade, pick you. You got your bio in there or whatever.
Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that. You should use the link though, so you get the VIP. It's going to save you a lot of money on the fees. It's going to help with the KYC stuff as well. But when you go in there, you like copy, like allow market open. In case there's a breakout trade, allow market open. but keep the leverage the same and put anywhere between $100 to $1,000 margin in there. And the amount of copy per trade, you can do like the amount that you want per trade so that you limit your risk anywhere from $100 to $500, so that if I do a trade, the most you could lose is that amount per trade. But with my 90% win rate so far, I mean, I may lose 10 trades out of 100. So you have to consider that as the risk level as well. I didn't lose 10 trades in a row though, so that's good. It's like they're spread out. The 10 trades that I lost are spread out. And how does it calculate a lost trade? If you close with like a negative P&L, that's a lost trade. But sometimes I will purposely lose a trade if I see a better opportunity, so that I can close a trade in negative, jump in another trade right after if I think I'll make more gains. And sometimes it's hard for traders to recognize that sometimes. So yeah, you can hit your P&L and your win rate sometimes just to go out for that more profit.
I'll work on that next couple of days, see if I can get it set up.
And you can send me screenshots as well for what your copy looks like, and then I can draw on your screenshots, try to help you see what setting is right and what's wrong. And did you get some Doge before we break this resistance?
Yes, sir.
Good. That's good to hear. Are you going to have a sell them at 17.3 or are you going to hold it a little bit more?
If I go to sleep, I'm gonna set it where I sell at 17 something.
Okay. Yeah, set that in case we wake up before you sleep. Otherwise, know that it's room to go up and down, but that top side is so good. Like if we go up to that 36 cents and you get in at 16 cents range to 17 cents, it could be a good play.
So what would you set it at? 17.6 or something like that?
Well, the top of these liquidations is about 17.34, and generally every time we break 17 cents 34, like historically we would go at least to 18 cents. If you're just trying to get that one trade.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're just trying to get that one trade, just set your sell limit up there between 17.3 up to 18. But if you're trying to make that bigger swing trade, where I mentioned on the weekly we have room to go 36, just set it up there. But from my grasp of trading, a bunch of small swing trades make you more money than waiting for that one big play.
So when do you think the 34 cents is coming in?
I don't know. I mentioned it could take weeks. It's just waiting on that fundamental from Elon to make it happen. Or the fundamentals, maybe they're going to do a Dogecoin ETF. I sent out Discord invite to the people that did apply to the Discord, by the way. I'll put chat on subscribers only, but you guys gotta control yourselves. But if you want that quick 3% that I told you about, 17.4 would give you that quick 3%.
Thank you, sir.
Like, will that quick 3% help you start scaling your portfolio faster if we dip on Doge or another coin like ETHW, HETS, Pulse, Bitcoin, Ethereum. But let's say you're trading with $10,000. 3.75% will give you $375. Add that to 10,000, and then get another 3.75% traded tomorrow or another day, and boom, you're already up to 10,700. Do that 2 or 3 times a week. It compounds very fast. But also, if you're lazy, that 10,000, when the price of Doge doubles, it's just going to turn into 20,000. So the question is, can you do a bunch of small trades to go from 10,000 to 20,000? Or do you think one trade and waiting for the bigger uptrend on Doge will get you there faster? From my experience, a lot of smaller trades, like, it can compound my portfolio very fast. Going from 5K to over 70K on the mostly Doge and Bitcoin plays, like shorting Bitcoin, longing Doge, that strategy has been getting me up there very fast. And if I just bought Doge on spot with $5,000, price is only double right now. I would only be at $10,000 right now. So a bunch of the small trades definitely helped me. Some people just don't like scalping, though. They don't like spending time on the charts. They don't know how to control their emotions. They can't stop themselves from buying green candles after they sell and take profits. They sell, take profits, it goes up 5%, they buy it, and then it comes back down 10, 20%. They don't know what to do.
I'm still holding Doge 35 cents from 2 or 3 years ago, or
Right.
whenever it was 70 cents. I got it in Webull, so I had a bunch of Doge and Robinhood, and I got tired of holding it, so I lost $3,000 just to get rid of it because I had like 30 grand and it was just sitting there. So then I started listening to you and scalping and up and down, and so I've made quite a bit of money doing that. So it's a lot more fun.
It means type your email the same way twice, Scott Farkas. Just means type your email again, Scott. But I recommend if you want to trade on your own, do the Wheats platform. If you want to try to get in their token early, research it. Get familiar with the people behind it. See what they did for other platforms. And then go from there. I want to buy the token early if I'm able to. When it's out. I already had a nice little vacation, so I have a little bit more time for the trading. And this summer, going to do the Doge. Well, not Doge, but the crypto camp.
What's your opinion on Sheba?
I don't really trade it. My oh my. Nvidia did very well though. Like the moment that the CEO of Nvidia got the Nvidia logo tattoo, the stock did nothing but go up. if you would after he got the tattoo. So Nvidia, I'm gonna go over a few things. First, in Discord back in 2022, I mentioned that Nvidia was losing the bearish momentum. The price was about $133 per share, and then within a few weeks, we're already back above $236. But if you go in the Discord and you look, I also had a red block on Nvidia as well. Let's look at the red block for Nvidia. In Discord, I had this weekly red block for Nvidia at 893. Well, after a red block, we came down to about $755 from there. So it got sold off pretty fast up there as well before the earnings and everything came out and news about the stock split. So Nvidia now worth drastic more. And I've been in Nvidia for a long time. I've been in Nvidia since 2016, so it's pretty cool. I did a research thesis on it in 2017 as well. But you look at over here. Back in even in 2017, I was trying to convince my friends to buy Nvidia. Back in 2017, I mentioned self-driving cars were becoming more realistic. Currencies are being mined consistently, and universities are starting to teach people about deep learning. Graphic cards were selling out, and Nvidia was using all this information to develop new graphic cards. I picked the buy price of Nvidia at 87.64. In just 9 short months, the stock price for Nvidia rose more than 225%. This means that if someone invested $10,000 on December 1st, 2017, and then sold today, the value of their portfolio would be worth $22,563. And I did a lot of research for the Nvidia stock back in 2017. Nvidia outperformed many cryptocurrencies as well. It outperformed many stocks. So it's an interesting one because when we look at the price of Nvidia now from 2017, like it's up drastically. And I've been following this since over 2016. When you go over to your NVIDIA chart, and you have to keep in mind, they did stock splits. If I pick the dates, (2017) October 17th. What? Why is that me? There it goes. So they had another split back then, but when we go to our charts back here, this is what it looked like back then. So I'm just gonna add that picture. And we're just gonna drag this down. I drag it down this area. And I wasn't on Discord with a lot of you guys back in 2017. I was in other communities, but still. Look at that. Pretty big. All the stock splits and everything too. Pretty damn big. But this is where we are now. I think the NVIDIA tattoo logo is pretty cool. The NVIDIA tattoo could be pretty cool.
Have they split yet?
They've done a lot of splits, but not the split that they're proposing, not yet.
But that'd be a good thing to buy some of that and then let it split.
Well, it's at the all-time high, so do you want to buy an all-time high right before a split? Because sometimes it could go bad.
It's 10 to 1, right?
This stock's up over 250,000%.
What's it selling for today?
It's over $1,100 right now. So it's a tough one. Like, this thing could come down 10 to 40% after a split if big firms start taking profits. A lot of big players didn't start taking profits too hard yet on NVIDIA. But as the CEO does to get older and older, richer and richer, eventually he will probably take some profits on his shares. Eventually the man will want to retire. And it's good to retire with the good legacy where he's at now within the next year or so than too late, because he's at a very good spot. His corporation is worth more than a lot of these top companies combined. I think he's still got some gas though. The CEO still got some gas, but man, if a big player starts shorting or taking profits on NVIDIA near these tops, they can push it down. So it's a tough one. Doge is coming up for those shorts. Uppity, 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 uppity. And there we go, Doge. That's what I'm talking about. We broke 16.8. Remember that top side's above 17.4 for the top of shorts for Doge. Are you prepared? Do you have your bags? The shorts are not safe tonight. And the SEC, the SEC is getting weaker. Eventually, Elon's going to be well positioned. He could even make his own crypto platform, probably. And he knows how many people are interested in crypto. He owns ets.com. He sees all of us talk about crypto every single day. He's probably doing the math and already has people on the math thinking about how much money they can make if they make a crypto trading platform. Elon's pretty trustworthy for a lot of the crypto community. If he made a platform, people would trade on it. There we go. Doge liquidating his shorts. We're up a lot from the green block earlier. Over 2.85% from that green block for Doge. I'm ready to take a big screenshot when we liquidate these shorts. Let me go ahead and have my stuff loaded.
How do you know where the shorts are?
These lines on my chart, like the red, it starts at the red. Those are 100 time shorts. White are 50 time shorts. Blue are 25 times. This is a liquidation indicator that I have on my trading view.
Well, it shows you who's short and not who's shorting, but that it's being shorted.
You can zoom in. You can zoom in and see dollar amount if you really want to, but the font's so small, I have to use a magnifying glass.
Do you short on the wicks?
You can, but let me tell you, never short Doge. If you don't learn anything in crypto, learn never, ever short Doge. You want to go broke, short it. You want to go bankrupt, short it. Don't short Doge.
What about on the fair desk? You short on it too?
You can do futures on Fairdesk, Wheats. You can go long, short. Never short Doge.
When you copy trade, do you do a short sometime?
Yeah, I made a lot of money shorting Bitcoin on copy trade over there.
I don't. You have to have Bitcoin before you can short.
No, I'm using futures. So these are future contracts. You don't have to own the asset.
Okay, like perpetual contracts.
Yes. Sounds good, Scott Seymour. Yeah, the Discord's on sale right now, $50. Pretty good for the one-time fee. But it's very interesting. Like recently, a U.S. judge did determine that the SEC has to pay this one crypto company.
This is where I'm at talking to you. This the $50 deal that because I've been in here so long for several years. I can't remember what I paid for it. Is this the same thing you're talking about? The $50
to join the Discord? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Discord's worth it for the number of charts and stuff that I post. It's worth it.
It was supercrypto.la. That was the platform that I lost all the money on, and that was on those contracts like you're talking about.
It doesn't even sound like a real platform though.
It looked good at the time. It was through WhatsApp. Is everything in WhatsApp a scam?
Not everything, but it sounds like it. You got scammed.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, if anybody try to get you guys on these Forex platforms, there's a lot of scam Forex platforms. Don't fall for it.
You buy through Trading View. You know, you set up a broker. What's your opinion on that?
I don't trade on TradingView. I just use it for charts. But I pay for the premium.
I use Webull on the broker on the regular stocks.
I use Charles Schwab for stocks right now. I was using TD Ameritrade, but they merged together. And Charles Schwab, it doesn't have that nice user interface that some of the platforms have, but it's straightforward. As long as you know what you're doing, you can find where to trade your stocks, your options. You can do different kinds of options. So if you get more advanced, you can do different options. It's not just call and puts as well. Like they have vertical as well.
I've never done any calls or puts or options. So what's your opinion on doing that and learning how to do it? I've been doing spot trading.
Don't gamble it. Don't buy options that expire the same week. Do options. Do options where you're comfortable buying the stock and bag holding the stock. So an option contract gives you the option, like if you buy a call, it gives you that option to buy 100 shares at that strike price. So if you think GameStop's going to go up in October, and you can find if you can find a cheap option for say $30, if you think the stock's much higher than $30, you could do the options to get GameStop strike price 30, and it could be cheaper because the price is lower right now than $30. And as long as it's like less than $7 per contract, I think it's worth it, because if you're comfortable bag holding at $30 and you're taking that risk, it could play out big. But I'm more in the crypto futures and the options, because also options, like if you do it wrong and you don't have money to cover your options, you can end up owing exchanges money. Whereas futures, what I'm doing, like I just get liquidate, I'm done. I can do isolated or cross. But if you learn options, it's good to learn, because you can also think about the time. If you know the options expire on Friday, you may be expecting higher volume on Friday. So some of those traders that go for that 2-3% per day, they can just make those profits very easily on the Fridays by having a nice take profit on Fridays in case there's a wick up. But also affects the crypto market as well. When Bitcoin is dropping over the weekend and markets open Monday morning, MicroStrategy drops hard. MicroStrategy came down hard when Bitcoin came down hard. But from the local top to the local bottom on MicroStrategy, it was over 48% drop. And Bitcoin did not drop 48%. And people really arbitraged it.
What do you think about BitX, BITX, I believe?
I don't even know what that is.
It was like it's a ETF, Bitcoin, maybe something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Don't buy a Bitcoin ETF. Don't give your money to Michael Saylor. If you like Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin yourself. You can press the buy button at the top just like Michael Saylor if you want to. It's not that hard.
No, thank you.
But these guys, they're gonna have a Dogecoin ETF soon, and I think it's gonna be funny.
Will that make Doge go up if they have one of those?
It would make Doge go up a lot because it has lower liquidity, and the market cap's relatively small compared to Ethereum and Bitcoin. Like it can make the price go up over 200-300% within a few hours. So it's going to be in Doge before there's an ETF for it. We already know the math. You get low liquidity with a bunch of money coming in, you go up drastically. Bitcoin is a little bit different. It already had a lot of money in it. Price was already high. Market cap was already high. Hard to push it that much higher. Doge, market cap low enough, they can push it up to at least 100 billion if they wanted to. I think I'll probably hop off here soon though, because I want to see GameStop in the morning. I don't feel the need to watch GameStop like a hawk because I'm already in position. I've already traded a few times as well over the past few years, so I'm very comfortable with it. I already have high sell limits, so I'm gonna hop off here. I'll come back on later tomorrow. Anybody have any questions before I get off here?
You think GameStop's going to shoot up in the morning?
Yes, because today we started at T+1. So the trades that happen today, they're gonna settle tomorrow, and that's gonna be interesting. And I think as GameStop starts pumping, they're also gonna pump Doge to distract you guys out. I mentioned that when I first